Individual brilliance versus longevity and consistency. A flash of magic, or a lifetime of mastery. Imagine witnessing a footballer who, for a few unforgettable years, seems untouchable, every touch is genius, every match feels like art, and every fan leaves the stadium believing they've seen something impossible. Now imagine another player who may not always look magical in a single moment, but who returns season after season, year after year, scoring, winning, adapting, refusing to fade, until greatness becomes undeniable through sheer endurance. Which one is greater? The one who burned brightest? Or the one who refused to stop shining? This is the timeless debate in football: individual brilliance versus longevity and consistency, a philosophical clash perfectly symbolized by two icons, Ronaldinho and Cristiano Ronaldo. The nature of individual brilliance. Individual brilliance is unpredictable. It is not planned. It is not engineered. It appears suddenly, like lightning. Ronaldinho embodied this phenomenon. At his peak, he did things no system could design. Dribbles that ignored defensive logic. Passes that seemed to bend reality. Goals created from imagination rather than calculation. Fans didn't just watch Ronaldinho play, they reacted emotionally. Stadiums gasped, then laughed, then applauded. Even opponents admired him. Brilliance like this changes how people feel about football. But brilliance often lives in moments rather than decades. The fragility of the peak. A peak defined by creativity is difficult to sustain. Why? Because it relies on physical freedom, emotional inspiration, confidence, and spontaneity. A style that resists repetition. When even one of these fades, the magic becomes harder to reproduce. Football history is filled with players whose peaks were extraordinary but brief. Ronaldinho's best years, especially at Barcelona, felt like a golden age compressed into a short window, dazzling but fleeting. His legacy is not measured in how long he dominated, but in how unforgettable he was while doing it. Longevity. The discipline of staying great. Cristiano Ronaldo represents the opposite path. His greatness is not a sudden eruption, it is construction. Every season became an experiment in self-reinvention. Adjusting playing style with age. Strengthening physical conditioning. Refining positioning to conserve energy. Turning explosiveness into efficiency. Longevity is less romantic than brilliance. It requires routine, sacrifice, and constant adaptation. It is not about inspiration. It is about refusal to decline. Consistency. The most difficult skill in football. Scoring a spectacular goal is difficult. Doing it every season, in different leagues, against evolving defenses, that is something else entirely. Consistency demands mental resilience, tactical intelligence, physical maintenance, relentless professionalism. Cristiano Ronaldo built his reputation on delivering predictable excellence in an unpredictable sport. Where Ronaldinho amazed people, Ronaldo reassured them. You expected him to perform, and he did. Why fans are divided. The debate between brilliance and consistency reflects two different emotional connections to football. Some fans believe football is about beauty, creativity, expression, moments of wonder. Others see football as competition, achievement, records, sustained excellence. Neither view is wrong. They simply answer different questions. Do you want to be inspired? Or do you want to witness dominance? The artist versus the architect. If Ronaldinho was an artist painting freely, Cristiano Ronaldo was an architect constructing greatness piece by piece. Artists create moments that cannot be replicated. Architects create structures that endure. Ronaldinho's legacy feels like music, emotional, unforgettable, impossible to fully analyze. Ronaldo's legacy feels like engineering, precise, measurable, lasting. Football needs both to remain complete. Adaptation. The secret behind longevity. One of the greatest challenges in football is surviving change. Tactics evolve. Teammates change. Speed declines. New generations emerge. Cristiano Ronaldo's ability to adapt across eras is what transformed him from star to phenomenon. He did not cling to his early style. He redesigned himself repeatedly. That is the science of longevity, understanding that greatness must evolve to survive. Why brilliance leaves a different kind of memory. Ask fans to describe Ronaldinho, and they rarely mention statistics first. They talk about a goal they can't forget, a dribble that made them laugh, a match that felt like theater. Individual brilliance lives in memory, not spreadsheets. It's why some short peaks remain culturally powerful long after records are broken. The pressure of consistency. Longevity brings its own burden, expectation. Once a player proves he can perform every year, anything less feels like failure. Cristiano Ronaldo spent much of his career not chasing greatness, but defending it. That psychological pressure is rarely visible, but it is immense. Consistency demands emotional endurance as much as physical strength. A changing definition of greatness. Modern football increasingly rewards longevity. Why? Because the sport itself has changed. Seasons are longer. Competition is global. Performance is analyzed statistically. Careers are extended through sports science. This environment favors players who can maintain elite levels over time. Cristiano Ronaldo became the perfect example of greatness for this new era. What this debate teaches us about football. The argument between brilliance and consistency is not just about players, it's about the nature of excellence itself. Is greatness the ability to reach unimaginable heights? Or the ability to remain there longer than anyone else? Ronaldinho answered the first question. Ronaldo answered the second. The ideal footballer. A rare combination. Every generation searches for the impossible combination. Ronaldinho's imagination. Ronaldo's discipline. Few achieve both. Because they require different mindsets. One must let go. The other must control everything. That tension keeps football endlessly fascinating. Conclusion. A game that needs both fire and endurance. Football would lose its soul without individual brilliance. It would lose its standard without longevity and consistency. Ronaldinho reminded us why we fall in love with the game. Cristiano Ronaldo reminded us what it takes to stay at the top of it. One gave us magic. The other gave us proof. And perhaps true greatness is not choosing between them, but understanding that football's story is written by both the flame that dazzles and the one that refuses to go out.